Hi, and welcome to Esports Vikings Weekly. I am your host Teemu, and I'm joined by
Janne.
And this week we have a very special announcement to make, finally. As you know, we've been giving out these crumbles of information about something that we've been working really hard on, and finally it's the time to bring it out to the public, and I'm quite excited about it.
Well, that makes two of us. It's finally there. It's time to show people what we've been working on. We've been talking about it quite a bit, and finally it's time. So I'm super excited to go through what we have on the website.
So I'm actually getting a bit goosebumps because this is a big thing. We present you Esports Vikings not just as a talk show, but an esports media brand, and oh my lord, it's been quite a journey to this point. Obviously, it's been a really long year, even though it's not been a full year. But what are your thoughts? Come on, something.
I've been here since the start, since basically start of the year, and we've been working hard on it. A lot of bumps, and the road hasn't been easy, that's for sure, but we're finally there, and we have a lot of interesting things going, and I hope some people have been following us on Twitter, and we have some content there that's basically a preview of what we have on our website, and we can probably start talking about what we actually offer people.
Yeah, so as of now we are operating on two languages, which is Finnish and Swedish, and the reason for that is you're Swedish and I'm Finnish, so it makes sense.
It makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah. I mean, just to begin with, like you said, the journey, it hasn't always been, flowers and sunshine. There's been a couple really rainy days and a few setbacks and so on, but I don't know, I'm just super relieved and happy that we're finally here.
Definitely, and I think we probably both feel we actually have gotten to the point we wanted to. Like we want to provide a good quality, what people need, and I think we reached our goal. So
I agree. And to start talking about what we're actually providing people is esports content, and in this case, when it comes to our websites, we're talking about written content. And personally, I feel that our bread and butter, which is something that in both Finnish and Swedish we're lacking, is proper guides for games.
Yes, I agree, and I think it's the base and it's the foundation of everything that we can teach people. I mean, we have a lot of content on our website, but the fact that we can actually teach people, we can show them how it's done, how you get into it, I think that's amazing. And I think our guides we have guides for all of our games now, and that's pretty much a dream come true, honestly. We have several levels of guides. We have guides for the totally new player, somewhat experienced players, but also pro players who, people who actually look to go further down and in depth in the games, maybe find a team, move on, take the next step. I think we provide every level there, and I think that's something we thought was really important from the start, that we not only focus on one type of guide, or we want the full spectrum, from the beginning to the end, basically. And that's super important for us, and I think we have had a lot of help, which should be mentioned. We had pro players, we had managers, we had people in the industry help us with these guides. We're not professional in all of them, we know them, but we needed help, we got help. I think we delivered a product that's actually great.
As I remember, one of our first conversations when you started working here was that when we started speaking about these guides and how we want to structure them, and we wanted to create like a path of learning for people. So I think I said something along the lines as, when you write the guide, write it in the sense that you can put your mother to read it and she'll start understanding.
Yes, that's our goal. A person who never played, let's say, Overwatch, they should be able to go in to our website, read the guide, get going, get a good start, and as soon as they feel comfortable in the game, they played for a day, maybe a week, whatever it takes, they can move on. They can take the next step. They don't have to improvise. They don't have to go somewhere else. We have the whole spectrum there, and I think that's really, really important.
Yeah, and on the same subject, basically, not just guides for playing the game, We also have a viewer guide, which is actually a really in-depth one for each and every game we have presented on our website. And I think that's one of the things, because there's so many games that are really important or interesting in that sense, and you want to follow all of them, but you don't have time to play and to get the understanding of the game via playing. So with our viewer guides, we have the opportunity to present the game as it is, and give the viewers a possibility to learn what it is what they're seeing, to make it more enjoyable.
I think a big part of that is that today a lot of people, since esports is just growing all the time, and there's a lot of interesting games that people want to watch, but they don't really understand them. We've been seeing examples in Dota 2, we had beginner streams and so on during TI 8, 7, I think it was. And that just goes to show that people want to be able to watch games. It's not always about playing the game, it's just the enjoyment of watching these big tournaments and getting some help to understand them and understand what's going on in the games is something that we want to provide. It's the same for myself, honestly. Games that I'm not watching, like StarCraft was one of them for a beginning when I started here, and I wanted to learn, I wanted to watch. It's an interesting game, but it's so complex, and I feel like a viewer guide can help anybody to enjoy the experience. For example, now we had TI9 played out, and there was a lot of people that even I talked to that they haven't been watching it because they didn't understand it. But by the help of viewer guides or beginner streams and so on, they can get into it, and it's a new thing in esports that people watch games they actually are not familiar with, because these tournaments are so exciting.
TI, as you mentioned, was a fantastic tournament, and I heard these conversations too. So now looking forward, the next upcoming majors, for example, I feel like we're in a really lucky position, because now we have the opportunity to, hey, if you want to learn about Dota, you can just learn about the viewing side. So that helps you understand the game as it is. And as you can see for yourself at the moment, if you're looking at this, we have the Dota 2 guide rolling on the video. We really go in depth, and this allows, I think, the general viewers of esports get a lot of help from this, because now they can enjoy games that they haven't understood before. And just like these little things make a massive difference in my opinion.
So we have all of these games, and I think it's important that people actually get an opportunity to learn them. It goes for playing, watching, betting. That's part of what we do as well. And it's something I've been doing for a long time, but it's growing a lot right now, esports betting, and it's something that I think is important for us. We have guides for every game that will also run betting, and we have general betting guides as well on many different levels. And for us, it's super important to teach people, first of all, what it is, how you do it, but most of all, how you do it the right way. And that's probably the main point we have in our guides, how to do it correctly. And I mean, everybody knows that there's risks, and betting is what it is, but we want to do it the right way, and we want to teach people. So
yeah, I think the betting guides is really important in the sense that because esports betting is growing rapidly, unfortunately, because of the skin betting, the trend in esports betting has been really negative because of that part, and we want to give the opportunity for those who are interested about esports betting to know and learn about it as much as possible in the responsible sense, because if someone wants to start betting, it's more than fine, but I know, because we've spoken about this many times beforehand, that it's really important for us that we teach people how to do it securely.
Yeah, definitely. And I think also on top of that, for all the games we are talking about and all the guides we have, we obviously are going to have several different sections where betting is one of them. We are going to do analysis and betting tips, which we already done on Twitter quite a lot now during TI, and that's something we're going to keep on doing. And I think that goes hand in hand. Like I said, I think the guides are a foundation, but we obviously do a lot more with news, with events, and so on. That's our main focus. And if you focus on the esports side, then betting naturally becomes a part of it.
Yeah. Oh, and you mentioned TI, but we also continued the same thing with the Berlin Major after the pro break in Counter-Strike. So if anyone has started following us beforehand in Twitter, they saw what we did doing TI and doing Berlin Major, and we have a lot of similar content coming in. Obviously not just betting, but about esports in general. We have pre-analysis, previews, we have our opinions. Sometimes we fool around with memes, the basic stuff.
We have some fun too, but
obviously.
I think another major part that probably people can see on our website now is how we cover tournaments and how important it is for us to bring, before the tournament, during the tournament, and after the tournament, that we cover the whole basis there. And well, we love doing analysis and predictions, and well, we're not always on point with our predictions, but we do our best, and that's definitely a big part of what we do. And I think that's something, or I hope that's something that people will enjoy, because it's hard to find this information for all the games that we cover. Is it 10 games? So
ish.
Yeah.
But I think one good mention is the event page, as the viewers can see at the moment on the screen, is we do previews of events with the teams coming in, prize pools, etc., all the boring stuff. But then we also have the previews for every tournament. We preview every team in the tournament. We try to take step by step, cover everything that's happening for each event, for each game. Obviously, sometimes something is going to get left out, unfortunately, at this point, because we only have two hands kind of thing. But further down the line, eventually, we want to cover anything and everything that's going on. But I think the viewers can get, at the moment, a really good view on our website on what we're doing. And,
Definitely. And I think also we just got live, and this is the first step. And I think we already have a lot on our table, but we try to improve, and everything that could be helpful from our readers, viewers, we accept it. This is something that we want to develop into something really good. And even if we think we have a good idea right now of what we're doing, it's a work in progress. Same as our guides, we really love to get some feedback on them. It's super important for us, if people feel as if you're a new player and there's something you don't understand or something you would like to add to them, we really want to hear it, because we want to make it the best content possible.
For sure, and I think feedback is really important in a sense. We've gotten a quite nice amount of feedback from this talk show alone, and at this point I just want to say thank you to all of those people who gave feedback for us, because it helps us a lot. This is our 5th episode.
That's correct, yeah.
So I like to think that we've gone forward. Obviously, that's another thing if someone agrees. But looking back, when we filmed the first one, my God, I was scared.
I'm still a little bit scared, but I think we're getting there. I think it's a little bit for both of us. We like to write, obviously, and that's what we do. We're probably not the best speakers, but we try. We probably will improve.
Yeah.
But our written content is something I can set my name on. I think there we have something really good, and it's just really, really exciting to actually be able to show people what we've been working on. And I think that's about it for our content, and we can move on with the future.
True. The funny thing is that when you say is something you like to put your name on top of the written content, your name is on this too, and your face, so there's no way back.
I know it is, but sometimes I pretend it's not. Maybe it's somebody else,
Yeah, but I mean, I actually love doing this.
It's super fun.
We get to sit down and talk esports.
Yeah. What more do you have to say? We talk about esports, and we loved it for all of our life, and now we're sitting here talking about it. There's nothing not to love.
Yeah.
So,
about future, the future of this talk show, actually.
Yeah.
We want to invite people to come join us to talk about whatever's happening on whatever game. So soon we will start inviting people.
That's the idea.
Yeah, and basically, I think you had the idea of asking for the viewers for topics on the show for episodes.
Of course, I think esports is a really, really big thing, and there's a lot of games and a lot of tournaments, and there's a lot happening, and we have ideas, but the more ideas we get from the outside, the better, and we are open to discuss pretty much anything here. I mean, usually we love doing analysis and predictions, but we also want to have topics just revolving esports in general, anything involving it. So that's something we are definitely looking forward to, and having a guest is obviously one of the main points here. That's what we want to do.
Well, yeah, we already actually had our first guest in the Counter-Strike episode, but more guests, you know, more people, more esports, more fun.
We have more. There's some
Yeah.
there's some more space here.
Come
so
sit next to Janne. It's gonna be okay.
there could be two. Usually it's been one now. We can fit two here. so.
Easily. Just get another microphone and a camera, and we're good to go.
Yeah.
We should do a Q&A at some point, but we just need to figure out what questions about the topic. But yeah, we'll get to that eventually. I think this is pretty much it for today.
We just went live and here we are. Super excited about it. Hopefully we can get some feedback from people. And always, if you're watching this, you should go to the website, check out the guides, the news, the event pages, anything you're interested in. It's there. It's open for the world now. So,
and to continue on that, this talk show is in English. Our content on website at the moment are Finnish and Swedish. So let's put it this way, we have something more in coming.
there might be more around the corner.
Maybe.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Like usual. It's not the first time we say it, but we fulfilled one promise today and, well, the next one will be coming soon as well.
Yeah. But yeah, should we wrap this up?
I think it's time for this week and I'll see you next week.
You can do the honors, talk to the camera, I'm tired of it.
I was not ready for that,
No,
so
I'm kidding, I'll do it.
that would not work.
I just caught you off guard.
Yeah.
Alright. Thank you for tuning in to Esports Vikings Weekly once again. This was episode number 5. We would appreciate it a lot if you like the video, you press the thumbs up button because that helps us. Also, if you're interested to see this kind of content in the future, press the subscribe button because that will help you get something also in the future. See you next week. Thank you very much. Good night.